So game 1 of the best of 7 show match between Blade and YI aka DoubleDBChoi, playing as the HRE and Blade playing as a deli. So Blade is not able to obviously play as the HRE because that was banned by Choi. I'm gonna head up into 2x speed and add my clock thing. We're just gonna catch up. We're just 3 minutes behind, but we'll catch up anyway. Ooh, and they chose a pink and teal combo. So Blade is spawned on the western side of the map. This is the pit. This is one of the newest maps released by Age of Empires 4. It's not a custom map. It's now embedded into the ranked system. And then on the northeast side of the map, we have YI aka Choi, who's playing as the HRE. And so this map is special because most of the heavy gold is in the center of the map. And then you have to walk quite far to get to some of the larger gold veins. So that's kind of where things are a little bit difficult to manage for different players. You have to make sure that you don't allow this section to get cut off, especially if you're a gold dependent civ. Choi bringing in quite a bit of sheep over on that side, and we have Blade moving forward, going back towards the back wood line. So there's 4 wood lines. If you see, this is like kind of an interesting map just in general. You do have to go kind of far to get to your wood line, but that's not really an issue. Choi going up with his Akin Chapel, really close to the wood line. Remember, this is a drop-off point too, so I think he will actually get in a section right here. When they drop off the gold, they'll get inspired, so he should get them to get a little bit of inspiration here in a little bit at least. He is moving his sheep over to the backside, so those villagers who are working on this side will be inspired and have that bonus collection. Barracks already getting placed down by Blade, who's on his way up to age 2. Choi has obviously already made it with the Akin Chapel, getting pretty heavy on the villagers going up with that. And so on this side though, Blade is going more the military route, already placing down a barracks. Probably going to see some spearmen sent out as soon as his upgrade goes through, or his age up goes through. Barracks respond, that was also scouted out already by Choi, so he's responding immediately with barracks himself. Having some protection on that side will really make it easy for him to do some defending. On the other end, we have a little bit of scout harassment. Remember, scouts are now debuffed. They're not as healthy as they were before, but you can still use them to raid just enough or draw your opponent's attention, which I think is kind of like the best thing that they're used for at this point. Choi heading out and watching some of the sacred sites, and we see on the eastern side, scouting out the main base of Choi. Blade keeping relatively high vision and going up forward to wall that off. Remember, he's a deli, so his military units can wall off, really taking over that center of the sacred site. And that's what I was mentioning earlier. Kind of protecting that center sacred site is really important for the end game. Those scouts are going to be able to do much damage, especially to spears. They can weasel their way through there, but it's really not going to do anything, especially since Choi doesn't have any military units out right now. Yeah, he's just got 2 scouts. That's all he has. And so he's going to have to force to either push down that wall to do any easy raiding or go all the way around. Sacred sites also being walled off by Blade, so really taking advantage of that deli, just being the deli. I feel like this is also an interesting matchup just because like you have the difference between, Scholar and Prelate, a lot of heavy action on the relics. And so that's kind of important as well to make sure you have good vision, seeing where all the relics are. And I can see like Choi has pretty much scouted most of the map, and he knows that the wood lines are just on that corner as before. Yeah, so Blade's going to be walling this up, securing this. That'll be extra gold income for him. Both of these relics are relatively close to each other. Actually all 3 on this side and then 2 on the northern side. So there's a total of 5 relics, which is a lot of gold income, especially for an HRE player too. But we'll see what Choi decides to go up with. He does have double barracks, so I'm not expecting a Burgrave Palace. I'm probably going to expect a Regnant's Cathedral. If he does, which he probably will, obviously, if you look at his res, is going up to a fast castle. Whereas on the other hand, if we were looking back onto Blade's base, he has a blacksmith up, has some military units queued up, ready to go, spending most of his time and resources kind of trying to protect this area. Choi slowly working through the middle, sending out a few men-at-arms to burn that down. And we have horsemen doing a lot of raiding on the back wood line. They did take out a couple vills there, so that's taken out. Oh man. Yeah, they're actually doing a pretty good job harassing, getting another vill actually. They're taking quite a bit of damage from that town center right now, and the spear has made his way out onto the map. I don't think Blade's gonna make it out with his 2 horsemen, but I mean the trade, 3 vills, 2 horsemen. I don't know how I feel about that trade either way. Killing 3 vills though is a win, no matter what. And we see YSet already up into the 3rd age. Like I said, going down with the Regnant's Cathedral, since he does already have that double barracks. He'll be able to secure up probably all 3 of these relics on this side and then 1 on this other side. If he's not careful. I do see more horsemen, more cav out on the map from Blade. So he's trying to do some defense for what he had, the sacred site over on the southeast side. And it looks like finally the center, that center gate is going to be burned down, but both sacred sites have been secured. 1 sacred site has been secured by Blade, so he's getting that extra income, and he has that upgrade already for his scholar, which is why he's able to take that sacred site a little bit early, already in the 2nd age. Not looking like he's anywhere close to going up to age 3 right now. But Choi has, oh wow, 8 vills on his Regnant's Cathedral. So fast castle hitting at about the 10-minute mark. And the 3rd sacred site is also being captured by Blade right now. He's also walling up. He's got some archers out on the map, so this is kind of will be good and create a delay. He is saving up to go up to the next age, probably catch up in castle age, especially as a deli when you're going to get special stronger units to contest some of these men-at-arms, which are just a bit tankier than what the deli produces in the early game. And like once you hit castle, you know, you get the elephants. You get the elephants. That's what we want. We want elephants. Group of men-at-arms making their way over to decap this sacred site that Blade has secured on the northern end of the map. They're definitely gonna be able to do it. This is the 1 sacred site that's not walled off. The second one is re-walled. It looks like there isn't even a gate on that side. So Blade is really doing a good job of trying to maintain map control at this point. Is not gonna be securing the sacred site though, as 1 men-at-arm is decapping that. This is also a disadvantage for Choi because he has a Regnant's Cathedral. I don't know where his prelates are and if they've gone out. He secured 1 of the relics. So he'll have access to 2 relics. The other relics, he'll have to go around the palisade wall to get those. A lot of sounds going off. Seems like Blade is just all over into the side of Choi right now. It doesn't really matter though. His units are relatively weak. 1 of the cav going down. Cavalry also going under the fire of the TC. Will that prelate make it? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He just headed back in there, bringing home. Oh wow, they could have actually intercepted this, but just missed him. 1 relic is secured by Choi, and he has taken the sacred site on the western end of the map, so that's taken and also kind of safe. There's no door on this side, so Blade has to make a door first before he crosses over, and it seems like he's more focused on getting up into Castle Age right now to contest with some of the units that that Choi has out. There hasn't been too much head-to-head battle right now, but Choi definitely has the upper hand in terms of military numbers, or military, not numbers, but quality, since they are all men at arms. And if you look at the military of Blade right now, we've just got a lot of horsemen and archers, which archers aren't going to do too much damage in the long run to these men at arms. Slowly but surely, Choi is working again on trying to bust through this palisade wall. No rams getting out or anything like that. No siege workshops from Choi just yet. We do have I don't even know. Okay, he hasn't. Okay, there's his blacksmith. I was like, where's his blacksmith? His blacksmith is ready. I was like, he has to have a blacksmith. That's impossible. Relic also being secured immediately by Blade as he goes up into Castle Age. And it looks like those archers are trying to do a little bit of damage on this men at arm. Just look at that though. Like, okay, he's got 155 versus 70, and just like the damage, the melee damage that he does is just absolutely strong. So he's got to pull these guys back. Otherwise, it's just like they're not going to be able to survive this. And this one man at arms is literally going to kill all of his military. Oh, Scholar is being sneaky though and taking up this relic. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get through or past these guys, but it'll be interesting. First Wololo going off. Unsuccessful. Definitely. Oh my gosh. He's just like, he has his prelates ready to go. They steal that. There are... Nope, not off yet. Second wool, 3 Wololos in a row, guys. Back and forth, and Choi has decided to back off. He doesn't have any ranged units, which is the key to avoiding Wololos. Was unable to secure that relic, and so it looks like Choi has only 1 relic, and all the other relics are in the hands of Blade. So that kind of hurts. At the end of the day, that's Blade's going to be getting quite a bit of gold income from this as both of the relics make their way into their tucked in nice to the mosque for sure. Yeah, and then they're going to head out back to the middle of the map. So we just saw that jump up to 133 per minute, whereas in the Regnitz Cathedral we're at 200 per minute still. But I think because that sacred site is secured, sacred site in the center was trying to get secured by Choi, is going to be denied right now by Blade, and this is the strength of Delhi coming through in the Castle Age. The nice thing is playing as the HRE is that you do have advantage with the fast castle, are able to go up relatively quickly and then can hopefully buff enough army to defend. But the Castle Age Delhi, I think it's just like something that you can't be messed with right now. And we've got 11 crossbows in this mix too, so we'll see what Choi decides to respond with. And it seems like he's responding with some spearmen and then a couple more stables getting placed down, which I'm assuming he's going to go out with several. Oh no, he's going out with regular horsemen. So I'm not sure if he's going to be using those for raids or for head-on battles. Right now, Blade is in the lead in terms of economy. Yeah, in terms of economy, with the amount of villagers he has, I think. And yes, villagers, population, and income right now, and military numbers are looking relatively even. Actually, Choi is down by 10. Forward, very, very aggressive forward keep drop getting placed down by Blade. He's gonna take in this battle. We've got six scholars right now healing up this elephant, doing a really good job of keeping that guy alive. And it looks like Blade is pulling back his military scholars, healing each other, and that elephant is definitely going to get taken out right now. If the scholars just weren't getting there in time, and most of Choi is focusing down those scholars. He knows if those scholars get taken out, he does have more of an opportunity to take out the military. Blade did lose about 20 units in that fight. a little bit less or so, and decides to cancel that keep and go for a more safe position down to secure that sacred site right now. Up on the northern side of the map, we do see several knights from Blade in the base of Choi right now, doing a little bit of raiding, taking out several of those men-at-arms and villagers who are trying to make their way over to take that gold. Has to be careful to protect that. I think, though, Choi does have Lance Connects out, which can do damage. He just has to pull them actually over here. So I think he's really more preoccupied with the center of the map as that keep does get successfully dropped, protecting that main sacred site in the center. That means also that Blade has access not only to this gold vein, but the one that keeps definitely in range of this northern gold vein too. So I don't think Choi is going to have access to that. He's going to have to push back to the corner for sure. Finally, those knights over on this area of the map were taken out, but there are still horsemen over hanging out by this gold, kind of trying to guard it up. And Choi is trying to build a palisade wall on his side to prevent any of those further raids. So I think this is a really good decision just because it looks like Blade has been flitting in and out of that base throughout the whole time, playing as the Deli. His income is still looking strong, and Choi is trying to catch up right now, sitting at 23 military versus 34. He did do a pretty good job of cleaning up a lot of the military of Blade, but he's still in the lead for sure. And Choi is heavily in on these farms right now. He wasn't able to secure the rest of the deer in this area as it's pretty vulnerable, and there's only 2 baby deer patches over on the other side of the map. And I think what Blade is doing is he is raiding. He's checking out any of these resources too, to kind of like guard them out. Yeah, this is quite a little bit of chase, some tag going on right now, and that's not really what we want. Villagers were on the side of Choi from Blade. They're going to be taken out by several of the knights that Choi has sent out. So that's why he was responding with, that's what I expected to see. It was like more knights out there from Choi, which he is starting to respond with. This is most of his military is kind of over here. He does have a military of 30, and the other ones are going to be cleaning up some of those calves that were on that side. He's pretty all over the map, so it looks like Choi is pushing back right now, but Blade is sending in a group of 20 crossbows kind of to the front lines, and so we'll see where he's headed off to. I think Choi does have a pretty diverse group of military units right now. He is sending out, he does have I wonder where that is. Oh, this is in Q. So he's got a Treb in Q, and on the other side, Blade has a counter with a Springald and is queued up has a mangonel out too. So I think the best positioning actually for this trebuchet is if it comes out kind of on this northern corner and takes it out, because that way it's protected from some of these units which do spot it out. And they're able to freely get in there because Choi's military mass is kind of over on the western side. So that's where he's pulling in. Yeah, they're just like, they totally just walked in and there's no military to defend right now. We really need a mangonel coming out from Choi as he has it queued up right now. It's not ready to go. But man, once that actually gets out and if they don't spot it, that's all he can hope that that'll be a really good matchup so far. Choi is only at both of them actually have kind of evened out in the villager numbers, where Blade has dwindled down to 49 and Choi is at 42 right now. I don't know if he's gonna go for Palace of Swabia or anything like that, but he'll be able to catch up. Has to be careful of these 2 mangonels, which are on their way out to the center of the map. Springles are still sitting behind that keep, so I don't think they've spotted out the trebuchet just yet. Yeah, it's hard. They can't see it, so. Actually, Choi's vision too is kind of obscured. A little bit of back and forth on the eastern side of the map. Spears did make their way through before that that palisade wall did get closed up again. I think that Lancer is actually going to be able to take out that spearman, and that sacred site is protected once again. Oh, that Treb's gonna go down. That Treb immediately just got taken out by those 2 spring golds. Choi has to be careful because he does have a little bit of the not as expensive units, trash units out there. Oh, which are gonna get so much damage from those mangonels. Like I said before, he's heading straight for the mangonels. Oh, but they are just sitting right underneath that fire right now. Choi does have a mangonel himself. He has to bring that forward, but that is under exposure. That mangonel gets taken out as well. Oh gosh. Mangonel's getting pulled back from Blade, but I think Blade's gonna lose like pretty much all of his siege too, besides 1 mangonel, and Choi did take a really strong fight right now, unable to secure those elephants successfully, but did manage to keep several of his spears alive, did bring out prelates to the battlefield, which did help. But man, that was like a pretty big sacrifice for both players to take that battle, as Blade is now down to a military of 27 and Choi is down to a military of 20. The only thing is that Blade is bringing out the mangonels a lot faster than I think Choi is bringing out other units. He doesn't have any springalds ready, so that's also going to hurt him in the long run. Yeah, guys, I have a piece of banana bread as my clock timer cover up because I think it's cute. Bambies also haven't been secured, guys. There's still Bambies out on the map. No extra raiding has been going on though by either player. Choi did manage to actually secure this gold on the eastern side, which was lucky for him, but otherwise I think the gold income for Blade is a lot higher just because he did secure all of those relics in here. 300 a minute right now. Yeah, we're sitting at 300 a minute since he secured all 3. I thought he secured 4. I thought there were 5 on the map. I don't know where that other one is. Did he build another mosque? He probably, yeah, he has 4, so I don't, oh, there it is. It's over there. Choi's doing a pretty good job of protecting his trebuchet this time around. I think those villagers are trying to repair it, but this is smart. Blade is placing down an outpost over at the front side. Unfortunately, it's not gonna stay up very long. Okay, the outposts with the nerf, they're so weak when there's a trebuchet out. Like, they last for 10 seconds. Also, Cleary, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's just a lot of pulling back and forth. Lucky for Choi, Blade does not have his mangonel set up, so if he does get in close here, there is like kind of this stealth forest, which I think is what is preventing. What does this button do? Oh, it switches the side. This, like, I think it's like preventing a lot of vision from happening. So once this gets up, I think there's going to be a little bit more vision for both players. Yeah, because I can't really tell, because sometimes like when I check reveal map, it shows me something different. And that's kind of like the issue here. And it just seems like there's most of the drama is in the center. There's almost a stalemate. I think both players are trying to rebuild up their military right now. Neither is able to go up into the next age. Both are kind of hovering at the same amount, although Blade does have a significant lead in terms of villager count, sitting at 63 versus 46 right now. Palace Swabia, if that gets chosen though, can catch up relatively quickly, although main gold is on the center of the map. And for an HRE player, you know, he does have the gold on the corner. He's gonna just have to walk quite a bit of ways to get access to that. I kind of agree with chat that most of the pit games I've seen kind of turn into this back and forth walled off half versus half. Choi is trying to break through on the northern side. I'm assuming he's trying to do this to get a few raids in. This is why it's, I think, starting to become sort of a stalemate, is because like what makes the difference in a lot of games that I see is like the raiding between both players back and forth. You know, if they're able to sneak in some knights, do some distraction, that will give them a significant lead. But right now, both players are just kind of stuck on their side. So Choi can break through right here, which I'm not sure if he'll be able to, just because Blade hasn't noticed that. He would be able to do some raids, but it's going to be running away from several of those spearmen right now. Checking back at the center of the map, Trebuchet is out from Blade right now. He seems to be working on this outpost. Lucky for the HRE, we've got our emergency repairs coming through for Choi. That is so much damage. I just like can't, like, basically your outpost is so worthless when there's a Trebuchet out there. This is what I was thinking too. This is what I was saying with the extra. Also, Cleaver, thank you for gifting Marine Lord a sub as well. There's no more villagers though. I think they got pulled earlier. So Choi did make his way in for just a little bit of raiding. He's doing a double push, pushing in from this side with a raiding party. And then also in the center of the map, but we are up to 6, or wait, what is that? I can count 5 elephants at this point. So 5 elephants. Oh gosh, Springle? No, move it. No, it's dead. It's dead. Trebuchet is completely dead by several of those Springald. So I think this is very, very well held by Blade. And I think Choi has decided to pull around this side of the map, deciding that this is the better way to go. All of his raiding party did get cleaned up by what is this? 6 crossbows, and then a pretty good group of men-at-arms. I mean, those were just like regular horsemen, so understood. A couple houses getting placed down, and we got more military production right now coming out from Blade in the lead with 77 units, whereas on the other side, YSS is down to 52. And I think in terms of relative quality, yeah, we've got 6 elephants out on the field heading straight to that Regnance Cathedral, doing a lot of damage. But on the other hand, it's going to be a race. Is it going to be a race for landmarks? Is this what we're watching, guys? Right now, the score is 0-0, guys. It's up above me on the camera. This is our first game of a best of 7 matchup. Keep gets canceled. Choi is in the base of Blade right now. Preventative keep, not really in the best position. Second keep getting placed down by Blade. And it looks like he's turning around, decides to abandon his mission so far, and bringing the elephants back home. Trebuchet is still doing work on the main TC, but Choi is trying to survive. I think this is kind of his all-in right now. Is still at a military of 50 and has a lot in queue getting produced. Those mangonels do get a pretty strong hit off, even though there's prelates out on the map, and these guys are relatively armored. Yeah, he's just sitting right underneath this fire. Did prevent that keep from getting up, so at least that's in the hands of Choi right now. But yeah, I think most of his military is going to get taken out. Springles are actually successfully taking out that mangonel just a tad late. I would say just a tad late. And we get the tap out from YSS, aka DoubleDBChoi. And the first win is going to be going to Blade.